All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here at the Miami Coral Gables Police Department. I'm here requesting a lieutenant or whoever is a sergeant who is working as in position of a higher officer. Because when they don't have a lieutenant, they have a sergeant that takes that role. It is Sunday, January 26, 2:47 in the afternoon. I have GoPro recording. I also have cell phone recording of multiple, and I'm talking about multiple illegal actions by Coral Gables Sergeant. I got his name on my GoPro, so I don't remember right off the bat. There was a guy in a Miami Dolphins shirt who threatened to steal my stuff from me, which is a crime. I have it on video. Told him he refused to get the guy's information and do a report for me, which is a violation of the department procedures and also a violation of my due rights, my process to be able to, as a victim, to be able to file charges. Plus, by the guy coming up to me and threatening to grab it from me, I started shaking because of the fact that I'm afraid he's going to attack me like I was attacked the previous Sunday, by a priest. So right there is endangering a disabled person, which is also, by the way, a felony in the state of Florida. So, and I told the officer that I wanted to get the guy's information, and the officer wanted to do it, and then the sergeant, wanted to do it, and then the sergeant threatened to arrest me for disorderly because he said, listen, the people here, they have the right to be here, and you're harassing them. I'm not harassing them, and I told him I have it on video of them actually coming to me. I'm on the outside. So threatening to make a false arrest, that is, at the very least, unbecoming of an officer. An officer who fails knowingly and willingly refuses to enforce the law is a criminal charge called derelict of duty. So that's 2 strikes on him. You got 1, but possibly 2 criminal charges there. Then you have an officer refusing to arrest a guy for a felony. That is a massive no. That is a derelict of duty charge, but it's also aiding and abetting a criminal because allowing that guy to get away with doing that after placing me in harm's way, because even if you just cause emotional harm and not physical harm, that is a felony in the 3rd degree, mandatory. Cops have to arrest them. So this sergeant not only refused to go ahead and get his information and to arrest him, but he refused to look at the video footage of me, of my GoPro, showing him threatening me. I also informed him that a lady in a yellow dress who possibly works there closed the gate when they have about a few hundred people inside there, okay? Not only did she close the big gate on the one side, but on the other gate, it's blocked by a little go-kart thing on the inside, right at the middle part, and then you have a big fancy car on the other side. So 95%, if not 99%, well, I say between 95 and 97% roughly of that whole entrance is completely blocked off. The only way in or out is right there. So if there was a shooting or a fire or something, all those people, including children, and I even told the officers on the recording, if you really cared about law enforcement and if you cared about these children and everybody else, you would enforce the laws. And by the way, calling the police for a non-police matter is a misdemeanor, even if you call it non-emergency. So you have a female officer who was, it seemed like she was taking the call over 2 other male officers who were there as well. She refused to get the lady's information. The sergeant refused to get the information of the lady and refused to get the information of the guy. So you have 2 officers, and I can't really blame the other 2 officers because if they're not the ones who ultimately are in charge of the call, they're not legally responsible. But as it is right now, we have 1 Coral Gables police officer and 1 Coral Gables sergeant knowingly and willingly allowing a felon to get away with a felony. Knowingly and willingly allowing that lady there in the yellow dress to get away with federal and state violations by blocking the entrance, impeding the entrance exit, the emergency exit for all those people who, by the way, there are barbecues all over inside there. You literally have so many propane tanks and other things there that can easily explode because you got people smoking in there with propane tanks. I mean, talking about stupid. Talking about violating the law, propane tanks and smoking in a closed area with the exits blocked. How fucking stupid. But you know what? They're cops. Fuck the police, you know? They don't give a shit. And that's Church of the Little Flower. They don't care. They don't believe in God. They violate the laws left and right. I mean, it is, oh, by the way, I also told the sergeant that telling me that I have to go while I'm exercising my freedom of speech, I told him that I have to notify him because the law does require, if you're going to sue a police department and press charges for violation of your civil rights, you have to inform them of the civil right they're violating. So I informed them that they're violating that. Not to mention, there's also a federal offense that the sergeant also violated that's investigated by the FBI. It is when any police officer uses their position in or out of uniform to violate anyone's constitutional or state constitutional rights, U.S. or state. That is a violation as well. So you have local violations, you have state violations, you have felonies, you also have federal offenses, all by these police officers and by the church. So religious people and cops endangering everybody. What a fucking piece of shit these people are.